How is everybody doing on this fine Monday morning? I never thought I would ask how everyone is doing on a fine Monday. Actually, I would ask that, but I never thought I'd call any Monday fine for that matter. But it's time to discuss the legendary thing that has eluded me for so long. The one event, the only event that has been going on all day, the trade deadline. And this will be the overall Lou Lamoriello grading of the season. This is something I've held a lot of people to. This is something a lot of people have held me to, for that matter, on whether Lou Lamoriello has done well with this team this season or whether he has failed them entirely for the season. Overall that won't be discussed until, whether he retires, resigns, leaves on his own, whatever. But the point being, it is time to discuss the trade deadline for your New York Islanders. I think I do a much better job of that than Alex Anthony, in my opinion. That's just me, people. That's just me. Let's go. Yes. Camden, I agree. Prop. Good. Everyone's here. That's what I like to see. So, the Islanders made one move today and turned it into two. And when I say one and turned it into two, they made a trade and they extended this player. The player that they got is Jean-Gabriel Pageau. Now, the package for this trade, I believe was, and I'm going to look it up right now. To get Pageau, the Islanders had a forfeit, a 2020 conditional first-round pick, a 2020 conditional second-round pick, and a 2022 conditional third-round pick. So a lot of picks. Now, I don't know the stipulation. I think one of them is the Islanders winning the Stanley Cup. I'm not too sure. But overall, you guys want my thoughts on Lou Lamoriello. But first, I'll give my thoughts on this trade. Jean-Gabriel Pageau. I honestly didn't think the Islanders were going to go after him. I thought they were going to go after someone else. But overall, we got him. This is the kind of thing that we needed. But I wish there was a little more. I'm going to be completely honest. I think we should have gotten after a winger. There were rumors, and there was confirmation that Lou Lamoriello was going to go after Zach Parise of the Minnesota Wild, and it was going to be some big contract thing going on where it was going to be Andrew Ladd for Zach Parise, and there'd be certain points where they would take on certain parts of the contract. Honestly, I really didn't want Zach Parise. You give me Zach Parise a couple of years ago, then yes, I'll take him. But nowadays, I didn't want Parise only because, for two reasons, actually. One, he's 35 years old, but that wasn't going to stop me if he were a rental or maybe had 1 year left. But he has 5 years left on his deal. That turned me off to no extent. I really didn't want Parise, honestly, for those two reasons. But the Islanders did acquire Jean-Gabriel Pageau. Let's see here. Here are the conditions. The first round pick is conditional on not being a top third, whatever that means. The third is conditional on the Islanders winning the cup. I don't think the second round pick is a conditional. That's just right when the information came out. But, there's that. But overall, what are my thoughts on this? Oh, wait, I forgot to say one little thing more. The Islanders managed also, after acquiring Jean-Gabriel Pageau, they also managed to extend Jean-Gabriel Pageau. If Pageau would have been a rental and didn't come back, let's say, then it was a major overpayment. But for overall, for a 6-year, $30 million extension, which translates to $5 million per, I'm down with it. A slight overpayment, but I'm down with it. I like it. Now, this is where you people, all of you, one of you in particular, and I know your ass is watching this, on whether you want me, what kind of grade you want me to give this trade. You want me to give this extension. But I'm not going to give you just that. I'm going to give you overall. I'm going to give you the overall grade of this trade and extension. That is what I'll give you. I'm going to give you a letter grade. I'm not going to say right now. Maybe in a few minutes. Maybe after the show. Definitely not after the show. But I will tell you this. There will be no special guests on this show. Only me controlling certain things. There will be me controlling certain things about this show. That there will be certain things that I control. Like the Divine Bell, because that is under my control now. But I know you people want to hear what I think of this trade and extension. I know you people want to know my thoughts on Lou Lamoriello for this season, at least. Like I said, it's at least for this season. I go by season. I'm not going to go overall. But I will tell you this. You will get my reaction. And it'll be under my terms, not yours. But I do and will say this, is that you will get the reaction. You will get everything that you want from me. But before we do, yes, there is a but. There is a catch to this. We will be reviewing all of the other trades that have gone down in the NHL today before we get to my reaction on Lou Lamoriello and this trade deadline grade. So, as I look this information up right now, you will see that I am looking up, as we speak, the NHL trade deadline moves. Now, I'm not going to be doing, and make no mistake, I will not be doing minor league deals. Anything that's just for a straight minor leaguer, I'm not going to be doing that. And that is, thank you for reminding me, Kirk. That is something I wanted to go over quickly. With Pajot, there is a little bit of a bit of a stall. The trade is done. It's official. Pajot is an Islander. There's just a little situation where they got to get his work visa in order, because technically right now he's a Canadian citizen working for a Canadian team and Canadian citizenship. And he will be here tomorrow. Make no mistake, he will be here tomorrow. It's just whether he will be eligible to play for the Islanders on Tuesday tomorrow against the Rangers. If not, he will be playing most likely against the Blues. So that's really it. So, yeah. Okay. So the first trade that went down today was the Edmonton Oilers acquire Mike Green from the Detroit Red Wings, a defenseman, in exchange for Kyle Brodziak and a conditional 4th-round pick. The next trade was the Colorado Avalanche acquire forward Vladislav Nemestikov in exchange for a 2021 4th-round pick. Then we're skipping the Islanders, and you will see why. The Carolina Hurricanes acquire Vinny Trocheck, a forward from Florida, in exchange for forwards Eric Haula, Lucas Wallmark, E2, Louis Strainen, and defenseman Chase Priskley. The Colorado Avalanche acquire Michael Hutchinson from the Toronto Maple Leafs in exchange for defenseman Callie Rosen. The Philadelphia Flyers acquire Nate Thompson, a center from the Montreal Canadiens, in exchange for a 2021 5th-round pick. Excuse me. The Philadelphia Flyers also acquire Derek Grant from the Anaheim Ducks in exchange for a Kyle Caruscolo and a 2020 fourth round pick. Honestly, I wanted Derek Grant to fill in for Casey Cizikas, but I'm going to hold my mouth on that. I'm going to hold my tongue. The Pittsburgh Penguins acquire forward Patrick Marleau from the San Jose Sharks in exchange for a 2021 third-round pick. I think that's a little much, honestly. The Buffalo Sabres acquire Wayne Simmons from the New Jersey Devils in exchange for a 2021 fifth-round pick. The Edmonton Oilers acquire forwards Andreas Athanasiou and Ryan Kuffner from the Detroit Red Wings in exchange for Sam Gagner, a 2020 second-round pick, and a 2021 second-round pick. Good right there. The Boston Bruins acquire forward Nick Ritchie from the Anaheim Ducks in exchange for forward Danton Heinen. The Florida Panthers acquired defenseman Emil DeJesus from the Dallas Stars, or DeJuice, I'm sorry, in exchange from the Dallas Stars in exchange for a 2020 sixth-round pick. The Pittsburgh Penguins acquire forwards Connor Sheary and Evan Rodriguez from the Buffalo Sabres in exchange for forward Dominic Cahoon. The Vancouver Canucks acquire Louis Domingue from the New Jersey Devils in exchange for goaltender Zane McIntyre. And finally, the final trade. Not really final. Actually, I do recall seeing this one trade that the New York Rangers traded Brady Shea to the Carolina Hurricanes. What it was after, I don't know. What the result was, I honestly don't remember. But that was the trade. Oh, right, I forgot. The Vegas Golden Knights acquire goaltender Robin Lehner in exchange for a second-round pick and a prospect. Sammy Vatanen. The Carolina Hurricanes acquire Sammy Vatanen from the New Jersey Devils. Let's see here. I'm not too sure if anything else was there, but that's all there is. A first-round pick. Well, I just want to go to the website to find everything. I wonder where I could find that. Maybe NHL.com? You think so? So let's see. I'm waiting for my friend Jimmy to come on. Where is he? Trade deadline. By the way, I don't know if you've heard, but let's get serious for one moment. The New York Rangers sustained some bad news. Not terrible news, but bad news. Their forward, what was his name? Pavel Buchnevich, and goaltender, the young goaltender for the Rangers, Igor Shesterkin, were involved in a car accident, whether it was today or last night. But overall, the good news is about them. They are okay. They survived the car accident. And here's the thing. Buchnevich suffered bumps and bruises, some scrapes. He is day-to-day. But Igor Shesterkin, he's fine. He escaped with broken ribs. So I'm praying for their recovery. Hopefully they're okay. I'm just glad that they survived, that no major injuries were sustained from this car accident. Ooh, that feels good. The New York Rangers acquire... The Carolina Hurricanes acquire Brady Shea from the New York Rangers in exchange for a first-round pick. And finally, and most indubitably of all, we will get on to the trade of the New York Islanders, because I know you people want to know about that trade. I know you all do. I know very well that you all know. And you want to know what my thoughts are about this trade. Believe me, I know. I know what you all are thinking. So, before we do that, let's get on with the cornerstone trade of the decade. The New York Islanders acquired Forward John Gabriel Pajot from the Ottawa Senators in exchange for a 2020 first-round pick conditional, a 2020 second-round pick, and a 2022 third-round pick conditional. And also, mind you, the New York Islanders extended John Gabriel Pajot to a 6-year, $30 million deal. Mike, the Parisi deal didn't go through. Apparently, there was a lot of complications with contracts, so that never happened. Sorry. But I know you guys, and most of you, want to know my thoughts on this trade. You'll get them. Oh, you'll get them. This show is only going to be for a half hour. But we've got 14 minutes left. And because I'm going to dedicate to the final 10 minutes, the question and answers, you all will get my grade. I give Lou Lamoriello. Somebody give me a drum roll. Somebody type drum roll, please. It's the only way for me to do it. I can't do it without a drum roll. I'm sorry. I just can't. I need someone to write drum roll for me. I can't do it. I can't drum a roll. I can't roll a drum. I need someone to write drum roll for me. Write, quote, drum roll, unquote. That's what I need. Somebody write drum roll. Otherwise, you won't get a grade. I need someone to write drum roll. Somebody write the damn drum roll. Brian, drum roll. Are you guys ready? Matt has a drum roll for me. Kirk has a drum roll for me. We've got 3. Do I hear 4 coming? Do I hear 4 drum rolls? 4, 3 drum rolls. Do I hear 4? Do I hear 4 drum rolls? If it's going to be 3, I'm fine with that. That's what we consider a hat trick in the hockey world. But overall, my grade for Lou on this trade and on this day today, plus the extension, is a solid, whopping, undeniably, oh so commentarily, a B. Not a B minus, not a B plus, but a solid, stinky, unsanitary, somewhat clean B. And no, I'm not talking about some queen bee or whatever, but he gets a B. That is what he gets. Overall, I thought at first the Islanders did overpay for Pajot, but I've said it all along, I wouldn't mind giving up a first-round pick for him. Now, we understood that when Pajot was acquired, there was no knowing of whether he was going to be signed long-term. And for this deal, it's a solid B in my opinion. That's me. That's harsh. How is it harsh? Had he gotten a winger, I would have given Lou Lamoriello an A, depending on the winger. But for this, he gets a solid B. Good job. He gets his praise for this. I give him a round of applause for this deal. Yes. Come on. Somebody give him a round of applause. Come on. Don't let me be the only one here. Come on, people. Nope. You have to be tough but fair in this world. You don't give anybody free passes or freebies for that matter. Oh, hold up. Jean-Gabriel Pajot just sent out a tweet. Ottawa. Couldn't be more grateful for everything. I am out of word, whatever that means. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to all the organization, teammates, trainers, coaches, and especially the fans. I think he meant to say especially, who made this journey so special. My wife and I are now so excited to join the New York Islanders. Good for Pajot. Very good. And if you remember this correctly, Jean-Gabriel Pajot was one of those players who've beaten the pesky Pittsburgh Penguins when the Ottawa Senators were in the playoffs. Seems like so long ago when the Senators were in the playoffs, right? But like I said, overall, Lou Lamoriello gets a B. For today, at least, Corey. This is for today. This is grading today, the trade deadline, not other trades that were made prior to it. This is grading today. And people have wanted my grade for today. Now, if we are going, and also, I'm still giving Lou Lamoriello a B with the acquisition of Andy Green. That's just my opinion on it. Let me put it like this. Had Lou Lamoriello acquired a winger, whether it was rental or whatever, he would have gotten an A. Solid A. I'm willing to give that to him. But he didn't. Whatever the reason was, we won't know. But overall, I think he gets a solid B. Solid B. Oh, another tweet from Jean-Gabriel Pageau. And it is a picture of him on an airplane, if you can see. If it even bothers to clear up. Jean-Gabriel Pageau is on an airplane right now coming to New York. And it says, quote, not letting me read it. On my way, New York Islanders. I am so pumped. Can't wait to meet my teammates tomorrow morning. Let's go. So that is that. Lou Lamoriello gets a B. And overall on the season, he gets a B. Actually, no, I'm sorry. No, too high. Honestly, for the season, hard to say. You'll get my overall seasonal grade at the end of the season. After the 82 game mark, when the regular season ends, you will get my final verdict on this season for Lou Lamoriello as a GM so far. For the season only. All right, so here's what we're doing. For the remaining 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Actually, I'm not sure with numbers or anything because math was never my strong suit. Question and answers. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything about this New York Islanders team today? Please share with me your questions, comments, concerns about this team today. I'd like to know. Nemestikov for a fourth rounder would have been a no-brainer to help the top 9. I think Nemestikov has another year on his contract. That's likely why he wasn't a target. I could see that, honestly. I honestly can. I also think that when it comes to Nemestikov, I was a little hesitant on it. Maybe he would have been good fourth line help. Possible. Timeline on Zeker. Not sure. On Cizikas. Why is Ladd up still? I'm still wondering that. But overall, it's because rosters expanded today. Ladd is going to be up for the rest of the season, and hopefully he makes good friends with that press box because I don't think he's going to be coming into the lineup anytime soon. I remember I saw this. I don't remember where. I'm going to have to pull it up. My question is, why was Kiefer Bellow sent down? That is my question to the Masters. Why was Kiefer Bellow sent down? That is the one thing I question so far as to why the great Kiefer Bellows was sent down to the AHL. Who knows? But Cal Clutterbuck was called up. That is good. Andrew Ladd has been recalled from loan. That is not good. Otto Koivula and Kiefer Bellows have been returned to loan on Bridgeport. But I guess we all have a love for veterans, I guess, right? I mean, for veteran hockey players. Why not? Trade Ladd for a burrito and a Pepsi. Trade him for me for a spicy burrito and a vanilla Coke, and you've got yourself a fair deal, Mr. Kirk. I thought Ladd played well aside for the penalty. I'd rather not have him up here, but that's just me. Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything else of a concern? Koivula is back up, I heard. No, it's according to the Islanders Twitter, it's Koivula is back down. He's been returned to Bridgeport. Maybe that changed. Who knows? Honestly, who knows? Anybody? So, who else has any questions, comments, concerns, or anything about this Islanders fucking team? We can't wait. See you soon, Jean-Gabriel Pajot, says the New York Islanders on Twitter. On Twitter, tweeter, twatter, whatever you want to call it. I'd rather Ladd before Michael Dal Colle. I'd rather Michael Dal Colle before Andrew Ladd. That's just me. Lou Lamoriello wouldn't say whether Ladd was approached to waive his no-trade clause. Not something for outside the locker room. Sounds like Ladd will be with the Islanders for the remainder of the season. Well, damn. Okay, so here's what it is according to Arthur Staple. Bellows was sent down. God knows why. Koivula was down, but back up. Okay, whatever. Andrew Ladd was recalled for the rest of the season. God damn it. And Cal Clutterbuck will practice with the Islanders in the AM. But yes. That is how it is. But putting it to that likely. What kind of axe do I have behind me? This, my dear Kirk, is a Schecter Diamond Series C. Goddamn Porky Pigs. This is a Schecter C-1 Plus. It is my baby, and it has been my baby for the past 12 years. So yes. Mr. Richard, how are you, good sir? Dal Colle for a bag of puck. For a bag of pucks. I'd rather trade that for Ladd. The bag of pucks will be more. Let's see. The bag of pucks will be a lot more valuable than Andrew Ladd. Somebody want to take a gander and a guess of what I'm drinking? You got 3 minutes left, people. Do we have any more questions, comments, concerns about this Islanders team? As usual, we disagree, but all good. Michael Dal Colle is growing on you. Well, that is good. But like I said, I would rather take Michael Dal Colle over Andrew Ladd. What's the problem with Ladd? His contract! That's his problem. I have yet to see this man live up to this contract. Oh, boy. Does anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns about this New York Islanders team? Please. I want to know all of your questions. We've got 2 minutes left, people. 2 minutes. Unless there's another trade going on. I'm not too sure. So please, everybody, give me your questions, comments, concerns about this New York Islanders team. But his play has been strong. Yeah, Andrew Ladd scored about 13 or has 13 points or something like that in the AHL in the past 35 games. That is not good. And one good game, just one good game against a putrid, hapless, and league worst Detroit Red Wings team does not count for anything. Can you hear the divine bell again? Well, of course you can hear the divine bell. The divine bell is, after all, under my control, people. You seemed hooked up on something. I'm hooked up on a good trade deadline, my friend. On something that was desperately needed for this Islanders team. Because had no moves have been made, I would have been very angry. But I'm glad that I don't have to be very angry today. And that is just me. I know a bunch of people who are pissed off today. I know a bunch of people who are very unhappy with today. But overall, I'm quite happy with it. I would have preferred, again, like I said, a winger to go to complement Pajot and maybe the top six, but wasn't going to happen. Oh, and by the way, Chris Kreider was signed to an extension, a 7-year, $6.5 million per extension. So if we do something called math, which I absolutely suck in and need calculators for. Whoa. Chris Kreider was signed to a 7-year, $45.5 million extension. And I agree with you, Matt. Bring back the Ice Girls. Because watching that co-ed crew in the damn Islander helmets, oh boy, that's no reason to go to an Islander game. You don't go to Islander games to watch the Islanders. You go to the Islander games to watch the Ice Girls. And that's a fact. That's like going to a Cowboys game. Who goes to a Cowboys game to watch the Cowboys? I tell you who. Nobody. You go to a Cowboys game to watch the Cowboys cheerleaders. That's what you pay that monstrous price for. That's what you're really looking up at that Jumbotron for, to watch the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Does anybody agree with me? Who agrees with me? Say aye. I don't know who you're talking about, but who? I don't know who that girl Miriam is boring as fuck is. You're going to have to be more specific. But I could put it to you like this. Put me on an Islanders show. Put me on a football show. Put me on a baseball show, because I will be more entertaining than anything ever. Because what I see might seem like I am hocked up on, I can do a much better job than anybody else on that show. Whether it's post-game show or pre-game show, hell, I think I can do the job. Who agrees with me? Say aye, please. Hey, Brian says aye. That's good. I like that. Arthur, good. I like to hear that. Aye. Matt, do I hear an aye from you? Kirk, David, anybody at all? Stu, Mr. Corey, Lenny, Rich, anybody? The sound of girl during the intermissions. Well, I wouldn't know. Aye, good. Send in a vote to the New York Islanders, because I want to be a part of it. And if you want me to be a part of it, please send a vote into the New York Islanders, because I can make a better host with the most at that thing. But nobody will be able to be Elise. We all want her back, and now she's doing the fucking WWE, which is a snooze fest to begin with. Not with her, though, even though I haven't watched. But Elise, oh God, Elise, I almost twisted my leg trying to pose for a picture with you. I still have the picture, but I can tell you my leg was caught between a folding seat, and I almost twisted the shit out of it for you. And that is a true statement. It hurt like living hell, but it was so worth it to get a picture with you and have my head on you just like, hi. But you want to know what time it is, people? You want to know what time it is? It is time for me to call it a day. It is time for me to say, so long, farewell, Alvida, say goodbye. Yeah, that was weird, I know. But the next live show will be after the season is over. Not when season's over. It's when the season is over. Not season's over. What a horrific nightmare. Season's over. No. The last live show of the regular season will be after the 82 game mark. Where we go from there, that's where live shows are concerned, is a bit of a mystery. But I can tell you this, whenever the last game is of the season, the next day I'll probably be doing a live show, or that weekend, whichever one comes first, and whichever one I decide at the time. But overall, there will be a post-game show coming up tomorrow after the game against the Rangers. Will Pajot be in an out of uniform by then? He'll be in a practice uniform, I can tell you that. But will he be? Will he be playing for the New York Islanders on Tuesday, tomorrow, against the Rangers? Who knows? But we will find out. So, I shall do one more thing for all of you. Something I know you all adore and love. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching the Risorto Report live trade deadline, NHL review trade deadline edition covering the Islanders. I'm your most gracious host. I've been blessed with my presence, Greg Risorto, and I will see you after the game against the New York Rangers. How did that last part of the game go? Wow, I can't believe I forgot my own thing. Wow, I completely forgot how one of my outros went. Jesus Christ. That's never good. Oh, here we go. Please remember to like this video. Comment down below if you liked it or not. Please subscribe, share this video with everybody you know all over the World Wide Web. Follow me on Facebook at The Risorto Report. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at Greg_Risorto TRR. Links in the description. And as always, let's go Islanders. Yes, yes, yes.